Hey everyone, it's Pastor Lori. One of my favorite hymns is Come Thou Fount of Every Blessing. And so today I thought I would read this hymn and stop at various points to share why it is so important to me. This is hymn number 400 in our United Methodist hymnal, and it was written by Robert Robinson in 1758. Come thou fount of every blessing, tune my heart to sing thy grace. As I mentioned last week, I love music, and so I love this image of tuning our hearts to sing God's grace. There are so many things in our world and so many voices that are actively trying to get our voice out of tune so that we won't sing in harmony with God, that our music won't be beautiful. And so we have to constantly and actively seek to tune our hearts to the grace of God so that we might sing that beautiful song for all people. It continues, streams of mercy never ceasing, call for songs of loudest praise. Teach me some melodious sonnet sung by flaming tongues above. Praise the mount, I'm fixed upon it, mount of thy redeeming love. Verse 2. Here I raise mine Ebenezer, hither by thy help I come, and I hope by thy good pleasure safely to arrive at home. Maybe you're like me and you didn't know what an Ebenezer was. Maybe you still don't know what that is. I didn't know for a long time. But in the Old Testament, there's a story in which Samuel is leading the Israelites when they're fighting against the Philistines, and the Israelites have a victory. And so he sets a stone as a reminder of God's help. And so an Ebenezer is a stone of help. And so we raise this knowing that that God has helped us and that God will continue to be with us in our time of need. The verse continues, Jesus sought me when a stranger, wandering from the fold of God. He, to rescue me from danger, interposed his precious blood. I love this idea of Jesus seeking us out when we wander away. And this shepherd imagery of wandering from the fold of God. When we wander off, God is always looking for us and desiring us to return to God. And God will never give up the pursuit of us and wants us to be with God forever. And then verse 3. Oh, to grace, this is my favorite verse. Oh, to grace, how great a debtor daily I'm constrained to be. I just love that. I think, yes, we owe everything to God's love and God's grace. We are indebted to God, and we shouldn't be fearful of that. It shouldn't be something that makes us sad. It should be something that makes us excited to be able to share that and to continuously repay that throughout our lives to those that we meet and with those that we meet. It continues, let thy goodness like a fetter bind my wandering heart to thee. Prone to wander, Lord, I feel it, prone to leave the God I love. That part always makes me cry because we are prone to wander and to leave God. We are prone to let our heart get out of tune with God. And to sing this is to be real about that, because so often we can say that that's not true, or we can trick ourselves into thinking that that's not true. So it continues on. Here's my heart, O take and seal it for thy courts above. So again, this idea of giving our hearts to God and allowing God to hold them, to be with us when our hearts are grieving, to help us tune our hearts to the grace and love of God, but to and the reminder that this world is not all there is, and that this world is important, and there's so much that needs to be done here, but that that there is something else for us as well once we leave this world. There is heaven, and that God desires to be with us forever. And what an incredible gift that is. So these are just my thoughts about this hymn and some of the reasons why I love it so much. And I hope that this has been encouraging and helpful to you this week. Take care.